Okay, everyone, I wanted to talk to you really quickly about the buyer's agent or just overall reducing your commission. So now I want to be honest with everyone and let everyone know that, obviously I want you to be able to get the listing. That's the most important thing. But here's what I've always said to people, and this is how I've always been able to keep the buyer's agent compensation. For me, reducing the buyer's agent compensation, unless there's no competition, you're shooting yourself in the foot as the listing agent, because we all know it. MRIS stats prove it. If you look at a house in a neighborhood and you do the stats, you'll notice the ones that sit the lowest are the ones that are offering less than 3% compensation. It's just a fact. If we're going to pay our buyer's agents, we're going to pay our buyer agents good if we want the house to sell. So this is what I typically tell the seller when they say to me, well, and I say, well, I've got to offer the buyer's agent 3%. Well, can't we just offer them 2.5%? This is what I say. This is what I say to them. I say, listen, so let's pretend you're going on a job interview right now. And this job interview is going to pay you $9,000 per month. Now, tomorrow you're going to go on another job interview. And this job interview is $8,100 a month. Which job are you going to take? And they're going to say, of course I'm going to take the one that's $9,000. They all say it. They all say it. I use the same figures every time. And I say, okay, so you'd take the one that's paying you the most. Is that correct? And they're going to say yes. And I'm going to say, now, I'm not saying that this is right. I'm just saying that MRIS stats prove it. Here's what happens. If you offer a buyer's agent $8,100, they're going to show your house. Although I'm not going to lie to you, I've had CE students tell me they refuse to show homes that are less than 3%, which means all of their buyers are now not going to see your home. Now, the rest of them will ethically show your home, but here's how it works. They typically put it on the list last, and guess what? It always manages to get dark, or it's the one that they never managed to see, and it's the one that they just don't end up coming back to because they showed all the other houses first. Now, let's be honest. No one's going to buy your home unless they see your home. So we've got to get the buyers out to your house. What a majority of the buyers use? A buyer's agent. A majority of the buyers use. I mean, it's like 95% of buyers buy with a buyer's agent. Okay, that's a huge number. And if you decide, because you logically yourself said that you would take you would choose the larger payment over the smaller one. Buyer's agents are going to do the same thing. And what's going to end up happening is your house is not going to sell because of it. Now, let's get these buyer's agents on our side and give them the most money. And then at that point, they're going to show your house first. We want to show your house first, because the more buyers I can get in that house, the quicker, the more likely we're going to have a buyer who falls in love, who wants to put in an offer. So this is all you guys need to say. This is all you need to say, because if you choose to reduce that buyer's agent compensation, now again, if there is a valid reason behind it, such as there's no competition, fine. But if there's competition, you're only hurting yourself, because the buyer's agents in reality, guys, won't show our listings. And we want our listings and our listing stats to look really good. You're going to use those stats to pick up more listings. And if it takes your listings too long to sell, it's a poor reflection of you, even though it's just because the buyer's agent's compensation isn't what it should be. In fact, my secret trick is when I have an ugly house that just won't sell, I always bump up the buyer's agent's compensation to 4%. I even had one that I did 5%. And guess what? As soon as I bumped it up to 5%, I sold that baby so quick. And that's the point, guys. You got to get those buyer's agents on board. Okay? So again, this is what you just tell your seller. Hey, Mr. Seller, if you were going to get a new job and one offered you $9,000 and another offered you $81,000, which one are you going to, $8,100, I'm sorry, which one are you going to take? They're always going to say $9,000, and then you're going to say, and so will the buyer's agents. So I want to sell your home, and I need the cooperation of all the buyer's agents in the area to work with me. I don't want them to take their buyers down the street to another property. So work with me here, and let's keep those buyer agent compensations high. And all it is, guys, is learning the skills to know how to negotiate. Thank you. Good luck.